November 13th, 2022. I am a house near the University of Idaho campus. 4 college students are asleep. Roommates, friends, kids with their whole lives ahead of them. Within minutes, all 4 will be dead, stabbed repeatedly in their beds by an intruder who moves through the house like a ghost. 2 other roommates are also in the house. They survive. One of them sees the killer leaving, but she's so frozen with fear, she doesn't call 911 for 8 hours. By the time police arrive, the killer is gone. No forced entry, no weapon, no clear motive. For 6 weeks, the case goes cold. The town of Moscow, Idaho is terrified. Parents pull their kids out of school. The campus empties. Everyone wants to know, who did this? And are they going to kill again? Then police arrest someone shocking. Bryan Kohberger, a 28-year-old PhD at criminology student from a nearby university. He wasn't a stranger with a criminal history. He was studying how to catch criminals. He was learning about crime scenes, forensic evidence, the psychology of killers. And according to prosecutors, he used that knowledge to commit murder. This is the story of the Idaho College murders and the criminology student who became the very thing he studied. The house at 1122 King Road in Moscow, Idaho was home to 6 college students. It was a typical college rental, 3 floors, 6 bedrooms, party house on weekends. On the night of November 12, 2022, 4 of those students went out. They were having fun, living their lives. Kaylee Goncalves, 21, about to graduate, had a job lined up in Austin, Texas. Her whole future planned. Madison Mogen, 21, Kaylee's best friend. They'd been inseparable since 6th grade. They were even planning to move to Texas together. Xana Kernodle, 20, junior, bubbly, loved by everyone, had a boyfriend. Chapin, 20, Xana's boyfriend, didn't even live at the house, he was just staying over that night. They all came home around 1:45 a.m., went to their rooms, went to sleep. By 4:30 a.m., all 4 were dead. 2 other roommates, Dylan Mortensen and Bethany Funk, were also in the house. They were on the 1st floor. They heard noises, crying, a thud, a male voice saying, "It's okay. I'm going to help you." Dylan opened her door and saw a figure in black walking toward the back door. Bushy eyebrows, athletic build. She was terrified. She locked her door, but she didn't call 911. Not until 11:58 am, almost 8 hours later, did someone finally call police. By then, the crime scene was cold. When police arrived, they found a massacre. All 4 victims had been stabbed multiple times. The weapon was a large knife, likely a fixed-blade Ka-bar-style knife. The attacks were brutal, personal. The killer had to have been covered in blood. But there was no forced entry. The doors were unlocked. The killer walked right in, and somehow, he left almost no evidence behind. No fingerprints, no DNA at first, no murder weapon. Police interviewed everyone, the surviving roommates, friends, boyfriends, exes. They collected hours of surveillance footage from nearby businesses. They asked for the public's help, and the public went insane. Online sleuths accused everyone. They harassed the surviving roommates. They accused Kaylee's ex-boyfriend. They accused a random food truck worker who was seen talking to the girls that night. They accused a professor, but police had nothing. No arrests, no suspects publicly named. Then, in late November, they released a critical piece of info. They were looking for a white Hyundai Elantra seen near the house around the time of the murders. Thousands of tips came in, and one of them led to Bryan Kohberger. Bryan Kohberger was a 28-year-old PhD student in criminology at Washington State University, just 10 miles from the University of Idaho campus. He was studying criminal justice, writing his dissertation about how criminals make decisions. He'd even posted a survey online asking criminals about their thought processes during crimes. He was tall, thin, awkward. Classmates said he was arrogant, condescending. He'd make creepy comments in class about violence and crime scenes. He seemed obsessed with the psychology of killers, but no one thought he was one. Until police connected the dots. Bryan drove a white Hyundai Elantra, the same car seen near the crime scene. Police obtained his cell phone records. His phone pinged near the victim's house at least 12 times before the murders, including late at night. He'd been surveilling them. On the night of the murders, His phone went dark, turned off, or in airplane mode from 2:47 a.m. to 4:48 a.m., right during the murders. Then it pinged again, driving south, away from the house. Police also found something chilling: a single source of male DNA on a knife sheath left at the crime scene. The DNA matched Bryan Kohberger. On December 30th, 2022, police arrested Bryan at his parents' home in Pennsylvania. He'd driven cross-country for Christmas break. When they searched his apartment and car, they found cleaning supplies, vacuum car interior, suspicious attempt to remove evidence, his phone and laptop seized for analysis. They did not find the murder weapon. It's never been recovered. Bryan Kohberger was charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of burglary. He pleaded not guilty. Bryan Kohberger's trial is set for 2025, and the case is full of disturbing questions. Why did he do it? Police haven't revealed a clear motive. Bryan didn't know the victims personally. He wasn't a stalker ex-boyfriend. He wasn't a rejected classmate. Some theories. The incel theory: online records show Bryan posted on incel forums and struggled with social interactions, particularly with women. Some believe he targeted the house because of resentment. The criminology obsession: Bryan was studying how criminals think. Was this an attempt to commit the perfect crime and see if he could get away with it? The stalking theory: Bryan's phone pinged near the house 12 times before the murders. He'd been watching them, learning their routines, waiting for the right moment. Why did the surviving roommate wait 8 hours to call police? Dylan Mortensen saw the killer leave. She heard noises, but she didn't call 911 until noon. Why? Her lawyers say she was in shock, frozen with fear, that she didn't understand what had happened until the next morning when she saw her roommates. But online sleuths have cruelly attacked her, calling her complicit. She's not. She's a victim too. Where is the murder weapon? Police have never found the knife. They've searched rivers, dumpsters, Bryan's apartment, his parents' home. Nothing. Without the weapon, the case relies on DNA and circumstantial evidence. Bryan's defense team will argue that's not enough. The Idaho College murders case is a nightmare. 4 innocent kids, killed in their sleep. A community shattered. And a suspect who literally studied how to commit crimes. Bryan Kohberger's trial will be one of the most closely watched in years. If convicted, he faces the death penalty. But no trial, no verdict, no sentence will bring back Kaylee, Madison, Xana, or Ethan. Their families are left with a lifetime of grief. And we're left with the chilling reality that monsters don't just study evil, sometimes they become it. The trial will reveal the full story. Until then, we remember the victims, we honor their lives, and we demand justice.